Hey guys, welcome back. So if any of you guys saw the post we did the other day, you'll know exactly what this video is about. Sad car is sad. So there was a little bit of an issue. Uncle Rodney came a knocking and he left us a big mess. So check this out. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty big. Alright, all the way up to the front there. Yep, she let the freedom out. So I got her up on the blocks now. Was really hoping not to see her like this again this year. And we'll see if we can get a good shot of that. Ooh, that's pretty. Well, a little less so pretty if you can look right back there. The hole in the oil pan, yeah. So, what we have here is a failure to keep the rod in the motor. Let's check it out. So, luckily, I only see the hole in the oil pan, and it doesn't look like it pushed anything out of the block. So our next step is going to be pull the whole motor out of the car, tear it apart, and see what it looks like on the inside. So it looks like we had an issue with the injector on cylinder 2. So I had the Snake Eater Performance in here. These are actually my Hunter tuned. I switched them over. But cylinder 2 was stuck wide open. And I was actually pulling in the driveway when the failure happened, as you see on this video here. So as soon as I pulled into the driveway, immediately the thing sounded really rough. It felt like I was only on a couple cylinders, which might have been the case, but as you can see, there's a lot of smoke. And then a few seconds later, it gets nice smoke rolling out of the garage. I shut it off immediately. I went ahead and parked the car. I turned the ignition back on about a couple minutes later. I didn't start the car, but I just I turned the key to the on position. So my wideband is maxed out at 19 AFR. Then it slowly starts to creep down, and it creeps all the way down to a 14.7, which if you know anything about AFR, that's perfect stoic for gasoline when the car is running. This was not. So I knew I had gas flowing into the cylinders. So I shut the key off. I came out here, I checked, which I don't have it on here right now, but on my other fuel rail with the Snake Eaters in them, I have a fuel pressure regulator. This one's using the stock one, and it has a fuel gauge. So I look at it, and it's at 0. So I turn the key to the on position, I run out here, look, and while the fuel pump is priming, it's up at 60, holding steady. As soon as the fuel pump stops, after 3 seconds, it drops down to 0. So that's when I knew I had a stuck injector. So at the moment, it actually didn't sound horrible. It just sounded like I was down a cylinder. And I was hoping for the best. So I came out the next day, and I went ahead and pulled the injectors off. I put my Hunter tuned injectors on. I made sure that there was no fuel in that cylinder. Go to start it. Cranked perfectly fine. As soon as it fired up, I heard that god-awful metallic clanking sound and knew exactly what it was. I heard about 4 hits on the block, and I shut the car off immediately. Got out to see the oil dripping out of the oil pan and the hole left by Uncle Rodney. So this is where we stand. The injector broke, stuck wide open, filled the cylinder with fuel. The piston is incapable of compressing gas, so it actually compresses the rod. So essentially it hydrolocked cylinder 2, compressed the rod until it bent it, and I think it was just barely holding on, and then when I fired it up the next time, it broke. So hopefully the damage is located only within the rod and the oil pan. I'm hoping nothing else. I did just pull the spark plug out of cylinder 2, and as you can see, it's actually perfect. There's no damage to it. Other than when I pulled it out, it was really wet with fuel, and there's a lot of fuel in there, which would be about right. So there we go, nice focus. So yeah, no damage. So I'm pretty confident that the piston didn't fly up and kiss the bottom of the head, damaging the valves, because the spark plug looks perfect. So we are hoping there's no damage to that head. If not, it's not a big deal, guys. We have spare parts. So the goal is get this motor out, get it on an engine stand, tear it down immediately, and see how much damage was done. We're going to see if we can patch the hole on the oil pan, because it didn't blow all the way through. It just looks like it hit it hard enough to punch the metal out. and then it's just cracked. So we're going to see if we can have that TIG welded back together. If not, oil pans really aren't that expensive. So if it's just that, we're going to see if we can replace the rod as long as it didn't hit anything else on the inside. I'm hoping to God it didn't hit the cam. It's not the most expensive cam in the world, but that thing did run me about 350 bucks. So hoping it's not the cam. Hoping the head isn't damaged, and if it is, like I said, oh well, we'll just switch it out with one of the other heads we got. But hoping that it did not hit the inside of the cylinder wall. Now, here's the plan. If we can get away with replacing the rod and fixing the oil pan, that is what we will do on this. There's no reason to go that much farther into it. However, if the block is damaged, there is a very good chance we will be going out to the junkyard and we will pull a 6-liter for this. Now, I thought about it. I really did. It's like, hey, I got a 6-liter right there, ready to go. I think it'd fit right in here. Yes, maybe? Sadly, that's not mine, though. That's my brother-in-law's motor for his El Camino, so I'm not going to be that mean and take it. I mean, he left it in my garage, so I guess I could. But... no. Okay. So, back to this. We're going to pull this motor out. We're going to get it torn down, and we're going to see how bad the carnage is. We'll update you guys with a video on that one. Pray for us. Come on. We need this. So like I said, hopefully we can get away with just the rod and the oil pan. If there's anything else that needs to be done, we'll attack that as necessary. We're going to try to just get this one fixed because we did have a car show. We really wanted to take it to it in about another 3 or 4 weeks. I'm feeling pretty confident that we can get this out of there and get it torn down, and as long as it's just the rod and the oil pan, fingers crossed, we can get that fixed rather quickly and get it back together and we can make that car show. Otherwise, new motor, we're gonna have to go pull one and it's gonna get really kind of iffy from there. So keep watching. We'll go ahead and upload another video here in another week or so and try to show you guys what's going on with this motor. Thanks for watching.